Salutations, purpose seekers. My name is Amy, and welcome to Livelihood Practice. So I decided to start this channel and naming it Livelihood Practice because I was really attracted to the meaning behind livelihood and how to practice that. Livelihood comes from the Old English term leaf lad, leaf meaning life, lad meaning course, put together that's life course, and translated as way of life or way of living. And practice is the beliefs, ideas, and skills we've accrued over time that basically are performed in rituals and daily habits. And these rituals that we have in our life is what keeps us grounded in what we do and who we are. So livelihood encompasses the realms of awareness, and that is your health and well-being, connection with others, which are your relationships in your life and the relationships attached to you that are invisible, and purpose, which often comes from the fulfillment of our occupations or our community involvement, and lastly, insight. And this is basically a reflection of spirituality and the teachings of spirituality that often goes overlooked in our very much secular society, and because we've lost religion and culture can be confusing sometimes, spirituality and grounding ourselves in spirituality can really help us begin to learn who we are and how we should support ourselves and humanity. So my intention here with this channel, other than explain what livelihood practice is and the realms of it, is to communicate learning. And I want to communicate learning by asking questions that spark a dialogue. The goal is to have a conversation, and these conversations are, in my hope, and I hope this resonates with you, is to heal and nurture our lives, and especially across these livelihood realms. So I am here to share my experiences, to share the research and knowledge that I've gained over the years, and pose these questions with evidence-based research that really can support you. So before I delve further onto how I'm going to do this, I'll explain a little bit about who I am. So I'm a former homeschooler, and I graduated UCLA in 2022 with a personally designed interdisciplinary major that encompasses psychological development, sociocultural change, education systems and pedagogy, and the systems of communication or communications attached to these different realms of psychology, sociology, and education, which education is basically connected to our political and economic network. So I was told by a really amazing professor back at UCLA that research is me-search. And so after experiencing some transfer bureaucracy, which I'll explain in another video, I decided to design my own major and to reflect that idea of research is me-search. So I also have an extensive background supporting hundreds of students, not only as a president of psychology honor societies, but also teaching as a tutor for the last 6 years, and currently for the last year being a communication partner for non-speaking adults, also known as nonverbal adults. So I also have a lot of philanthropic research and experiences with the neurodivergent community, and people who are neurodivergent have taught me so many lessons about how to live life and how to live life in a fulfilling way. And some of their stories I will bring to this channel and share with you. So I'm here to share my experiences supporting hundreds of students, not only neurodivergent, but neurotypical students as well, across academia, of all socioeconomic backgrounds, of all ethnic backgrounds, expanding from toddlers to baby boomers. And they have basically shown me and told me that I have a knack for teaching. And I like teaching. I feel like I'm in my element. And I feel that learning what to be in your element is something that you need to practice at. And so I felt like this is a perfect opportunity for me to challenge myself and put myself out there, but most especially practice how to teach. And my students have told me that I know how to teach these psychological tools and education tips, and most especially questions that I pose them that I want to share with you, and things that have helped them explore their skills and, find their purpose and learn how to make their mark on the world. I want to share those tips and psychological tools and those questions with you so that you can help yourself and possibly help another too. So I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm not claiming to be a life coach or a certified healer. I am none of those things. I am a person who has experiences, and most especially experiences in academia and honestly teaching. And I just want to ask you questions. And I'm hoping that these questions can support your personal growth and your learning development and your purpose self-actualization. And these questions are meant to initiate a dialogue, and most especially storytelling and your story. And our education system right now is severely lacking the art of storytelling, and most especially nurturing telling your story. So I'm hoping that this is a place on this channel for you to tell your story and hopefully heal yourself. And I think that basically addressing these life realms and understanding some of the things that I've learned that have helped me and others might support you on this journey that is life. So how I'll teach this is basically every week I will come out with a video asking a question, and this question will relate to either connection, which is your relationships with others, awareness, which is your health and your mind-body connection, your purpose and how that relates to your occupation or your community involvement, and or insight, which is a reflection of spirituality and something that can really ground us in what we want to do with our lives. So again, my intention is just to communicate learning, and to communicate learning by asking questions, not by knowing everything, but to do the Socratic approach, with the goal to just inspire you to have conversations and hopefully nurture your mind, body, spirit across these life realms. I am going to take a secular approach. I grew up secular, so I will be taking teachings not only from Western ideas and research, but also Eastern practices, and try to have a holistic, eclectic perspective with the research I provide you after answering these questions and how I ask you these questions. So this is a growing process. It's a constant process. This is my first video, so obviously I'm learning. I don't know how to see myself on camera, so please be patient with me as I humble myself and trying to embark on this public speaking on the internet journey. I'm usually doing it in front of people. It's interesting looking at just myself. So I will just keep going with these videos, but to begin, before I begin asking all these questions, I will basically share a little bit about my story and who I am, so you can kind of see through a perfectly visible window who who's speaking to you, what biases might I have, considering my alternative education and, traditional university sort of education, and also what challenges I've faced to have these biases I might have or not. And also really just to spark these conversations that have research behind them and possibly support diverse narratives, because that really provides us insight to different approaches, and of course share a little bit about my personal experiences just to help kind of teach you how I'm trying to approach navigating livelihood practices across different life realms. So I feel like that's enough for this first video. And I guess you'll learn more about me in the next one, and I'm looking forward to having more conversations with you, and that this channel resonates with you. That's the hope, is that the ideas resonate and it can support you in your life. So thank you for joining me and having the patience to listen to this whole thing, and being patient with me fumbling on some of my words, but I appreciate you listening. Thank you.